maybe we could do the 4. Yeah, we could try the 4. Alright, so this owner, new client, came in asking for the Liger Cut, which is a comb cut. We have it on in red letters on our website that it's only for cats who are even temperament, which he has, and who do not have a matted or impacted coat. His coat is matted and impacted. So, the only thing we can offer at this point is a longer velvet cut using the 4 instead of the 7. We're going to use the 4 on the body and blend it into the 7 in the undercarriage area. It's the only option we have because comb attachments are not going to go through matted and impacted fur. And if you had to fully demat and brush out this cat and then put him into a full comb cut, do you have any idea how long that appointment would be? No. No, 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 no. So that's the reason why we don't offer the comb cuts. But we have the next best thing, which is to use the the longer velvet blade cut, right? Which kind of looks like a comb cut. It's close enough, right? So we could do that instead, right? And that's what we're going to do, folks. That's the plan, Stan. He's just matted up everywhere. It's going to quickly turn into the never-ending groom. Yeah. We're going to start with a little mat breaker. Break up some of the mats that are in and around his neck and his mane. Yay. He's glorious. He's like, I am? Yes, you are. Absolutely glorious. We have more on this side. A little bit. Just run that mat breaker through. And then go back over it with a comb, and that'll pop out those mats quickly and easily. So use a little bit of that magic detangling spray by the Pooch. So he's keeping all of his mane. Okay. That's done. We got a quick pickup any minute. So if she comes to the door for pickup, we will just cut the sound, check the clients out, and then come right back. Right? Let's go with his nails. He's one of the cutest cats I've seen in quite a while. He's adorable. Adorable. You are. I promise. I see a lot of cats. I see a lot of cats, so. Hey, hey, hey. It's Two Skulls. That was, oh my God, baptism by fire. Poor Sarah. Poor Sarah. But thank you for your support, Two Skulls. Yeah. I'm a fork. What do you mean? What do you mean, Jelly Bean? What do you mean? You're a fork. I'm sorry, wait, what? See, I'm a spoon. Like what? See what now? See what now? Wow. Oh. I'm just a fork. And I'm just a spoon. I don't know what you're saying. Alright, let's go on to the sanitary clip. Get that taken care of. Shit. 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 Oh, come on. Could that owner have just come like 2 minutes sooner? Hmm? Oh well. Alright, let's put him in the box. Put him in the box. Wow. Oh, you big goof. You big goof. Alright, I'm gonna cut the sound. I'll be right back. It's back on, and we're back to grooming. Where were we? We were on his butt, weren't we? Yeah. So, new client and sanitary clip. He is so heavily impacted and matted. It's not even. It's yeah. The service request was a comb cut. We're not going to use a comb, but what we will use is a 4, which is a longer blade cut, which should give the same effect, maybe. That's even if the 4 even goes through his coat, right? Because it's really thick. We're definitely gonna have to use the 7 up along his sides and underneath of him. But let's just see if the 4 is even gonna go through his coat. If it does, great, and the owner will be happy, right? So this is the longer velvet blade cut. Normally we do a 7. Let's just see if the 4 even, we can even get the 4 to go through his coat. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Hello. We can't even get the 4 to start a path. That's how bad it is, folks. Just saying. Just saying, folks. Alright, so we're just going to have to make an executive decision and do the 7, right? Owner wanted a comb cut. We'll redirect him to what our website says, which is sure, as long as you don't bring in a matted cat with a fully impacted coat, right? So this is the best we can do. It'll grow into the comb cut in about 6 to 8 weeks, right? This is the only option we have at this point, right? It's the only thing that's going to get through this coat. There we go. If you want to break it down, for us to demat and brush out and get rid of all of his knots just to get that comb cut, comb attachment through his coat, you can only imagine just how long that grooming appointment would be, right? Yeah, which is why we don't offer it. If you can't get the grooming done in 90 minutes or less, yeah, chances are, yeah, it's got to be 90 minutes or less, right? Is your litmus for what you can offer, right? Wow, he's gonna keep the tail. The owners were muy feliz. The owners. Feliz. I learned a new word yesterday, feliz. I should have known all along what that meant from that Christmas song. But it means happy. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Ba, 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 ba. Feliz Navidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. One thing you might notice is I'm using a corded clipper instead of my cordless, right? Why? Because it has more torque, right? Now, I am shocked that that 4 wouldn't even go through his coat, right? So I'm beginning to suspect that when I replaced my Andis clipper, the green one I used to have, right? I went online to replace it, and I got the black one instead. I'm beginning to think that maybe, just maybe, this black one and my old green one are not the same, even though they say they're the same. I don't think they're the same. Because my green dragon could do anything, right? This one seems to have its limitations as far as what it can and cannot do. So we're gonna check it out. I want to go and buy another green Andis, right, and get the same one I had before, but I'm not going to until I ask questions just to confirm whether they are different or not. Because it might just be my imagination. Okay. He's matted and impacted everywhere. People. 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 We got Spanish. What's that say? Boris, no, peace, Hola. What's that say? What's that mean?
No, it's Spanish.
Oh, it's not Spanish? Okay. Never mind. I got a translator here in the house. Alright, we put the 7F down and picked up the safety clipper for obvious reasons, right? Oh, it's Greek? Sorry. Sorry. Okay. We've got a little bit of that magic spray we could use, right? We're gonna whittle down, sorry, we're gonna whittle down everything. Try and get him as close to his cut as possible before the bath, right? Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? Somebody's birthday? No, a cat groomer, if they were to come onto this channel, they'd keep their mouth shut. They have nothing to say to me. So, pretty sure Hope would not be a cat groomer. They know to keep their mouth shut when they're around me, right? Because I know where all the dead bodies are buried, right? Just saying. Just saying. Yeah. Alright. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I don't mean literal dead bodies. I mean, I know all their secrets. 2 skulls. You want to hold them? Sure. Wow. I finally have the luxury of tandem grooming. This is a luxury I've never had. And I love it. Tandem grooming is when you're grooming a cat with 2 people. This is a luxury I've never had before. And I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. See that? That's all that cat needed. Just a little reassuring hand from Sarah. You can go away. Go away. Little reassurance from Sarah. AKA, that's your stage name, Sarah. Sarah. It's actually not, that's not her real name, people, but that's her stage name. That's her stage name. Alright. Going in with the perfect paws. Just a real rough cut. All right, let's go back to this guy. All right, yep. He's trying to flip back over. The bed will help keep him in place a little bit and position his body in a way where we can get to all of these tricky bits, is what I call doing the legs and the arms. Oh, your hands are freezing. Yeah, wait, that's a problem. All right, your hands are cold. Get them warm. Get them warm. Alyssa, get them warm. Cats don't like anything cold, right? No cold, nothing cold, right? Better. All right, go ahead. Better. Better. It's better. Saying no. Hopefully he'll change his mind. Thank you, Two Skulls. I always crack up when you say that because on my end, in my ear, it says I'm a professional. The AI is saying I'm a professional. Professional. Sounds funny. All right. Extend his leg out. It gets to the point where sometimes the clipper just says nope. If that happens, I go into the whittling. I start whittling when the clipper says nope. Now my green dragon could do anything, people. So I'm pretty done with this princess. He's not comfortable. Let him go. All right, we'll try and get him on to a different. There. That way. There we go. If you say so. Not sure what you said, but you said that very convincingly. Too bad I don't know what it is. Should I just go and get my... Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Since I'm done work today. Just go order the green dragon again. We're dealing with a little princess here. She's like, I don't know if I want to do that. No. Yeah. The only princesses around in our salon are our cat clients. But everything else, no. No. Say no princess zone, people. Alright, let's get this done. I wanna. Can you see? There? Alright. Oh my god. And okay, let's get him out of the way. Alright, he's got a bunch of little tiny nuts. Let's try and get those out. And let the whittling begin. Let the whittling begin. Wow, I feel so spoiled having Sarah to help Tandem groom the cat. You know, in all my years, I've never had the luxury of tandem grooming, ever. Ever, ever, ever. It's nice, people. It's very nice. And it's a technique, obviously, right? Okay, we'll get to that tail in a minute. Just wanna press this out. This part could be a little tricky and delicate. And delicate. Okay. Alright, this whole tail has got to be opened up. It's all closed in on itself. Let's get a hold of... Yeah, when are you going to open up your cat grooming salon? Where's my big comb? Aha! Alright, here we go. I'm going to use one of my power tools. This is the biggest comb I have. Do you know that's about 20 years old? Yepper. They don't make them like this anymore. It's got a brass underling to it. It was coated, and all the coating came off. It saw brass underneath. Well, the base, the spine is brass. I guess the teeth are steel, maybe? I'm not sure. Some dog groomer was using this to do a final comb out and final finishing of a poodle on a grooming expedition floor, right? Doing a live demonstration. And of course, the way it works at these grooming expos is, you know, the mindset of a young groomer. If I only just had the tools, I would be able to groom exactly like her. So you buy all of the tools that the celebrity groomer is using. Yeah. The only problem is she had about 20 years of experience on top of that. So, but that's kind of the mindset when you go to these grooming expos. I just want to be like her, right? Yeah. The 20 years of experience didn't have anything to do with it, did it? That's why product people want celebrity groomers to endorse their products, right? So they'll get them to do live demonstrations at their booth. It kind of like that, people. Wow, this tail is massive. Massive. We've got a surprise coming in at 3. We have a Selkirk Rex cat, right? The first time the cat came in, that's the poodle cat, by the way, if you don't know, the one with all the curls. And what I did was I blew the cat out completely, right? And then the owner's like, well, let's see what we can do if we can just keep the curls in the coat. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So that'll be fun. That's going to happen later today. Alright, so you put your hand there. Yeah. And I'm going to do this, which is every cat's favorite. Not. Not quite. Here we are with the princess again. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, what the hell? I don't know how I could have made that mistake, but I did. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We're whittling impacted fur, people. Cut it and then break it up. Right? It'd be easier to break that up. He's like, no, I don't wanna. There we go. All right, we're gonna do the same. Now, there's another way you could do this, since the cat is objecting, saying no. Let's get him on his side. See if we can get Sarah to keep him comfortable. And you're gonna extend the legs straight out, right? And then try to access that whole area with the cat on their side. So this is another way to do the same exact thing, right? Whittle, whittle, whittle. A general understanding of the cat's anatomy is great, so you know what you're cutting into. Just saying, people. Just saying. Cutting into matted, impacted fur. Okay? There's a Japanese dog groomer who takes dogs that are fully matted and impacted like this, and he whittles down the entire coat at lightning speed using just a pair of scissors. Right? It's really fascinating to watch. Okay, now. But hello. I am an acquired taste, Nitro. You either like it or you're gonna spit it out. Just saying. Just saying. Is he leaving? Yeah, bed would help. We'll go back to the bed. He's saying no. So, yeah, we don't want him flopping like a fish. No flopping like a fish. The bed offers support when you're doing these awkward positions, right? There. All right, now, just run a nice little soft slicker through all of this dead coat for a better clean, right? That's it. Set his mane before we get him in the tub. Just make sure the mane is where it's supposed to be. I usually do that so I have one less thing to worry about after the bath. There. Wow. Okay. You're so pretty. He's like, I know. Alright, let's get this through. And then we're there. Let the degreasing begin. Alright, so the owner wanted a comb cut. He wasn't getting one because he brought a matted impacted coat in, right? But he will get one as the cat's coat grows into it, right? This is as good as we can get. We tried to do the 4. 4 wouldn't even go through his coat, to give you an idea of how bad it was, right? Just saying. Okay. We're there. So I'm going to bring him into the tub. Can you? Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Right this way. All right. Right this way. He's supposed to be mild-mannered. Hmm? All right. You're very cute. Mr. Mustache. Mr. I Got Milk. You could be a model. You could do a milk ad. You could. He's like, really? I think so. There's an agency right in Philly. You could be the Got Milk cat. Yeah. You could. I think you could. He's like, really? What are they going to pay me? Well, that's negotiable. You're going to need to get an agent. And then your agent will negotiate the paycheck for you, okay? He's like, make like sushi? Like you get paid in sushi? Yeah. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Unlimited chews. Yeah. You could have a year supply of unlimited chews. He's like, that sounds like a really good gig. Yeah. Wow. Alright, there we go. Alright, we got the good stuff on his head and mane. And we're gonna do hola. I'm gonna put this nice warm heated groomer scoop on the rest of them. Right? And that will allow me to give him a nice clean polished finish. Right? Goes on heated, otherwise it could be extremely uncomfortable depending on what part of the country you live in and what temperature it is. Right? The one thing about groomer scoop that you may not be aware of is room temperature of a groomer scoop product. For whatever reason, it just is cold. Colder than room temperature, right? It runs cold. So, hi, name of the kitty. Well, we usually give all of our cat clients a stage name. What's your stage name, buddy? He's like, I'm Sir Lancelot. Sir Prancelot, sorry. Yeah, this is Sir Prancelot. He's a knight in shining armor. Yes, he is. He's a dragon slayer. Alright, last booty. Last booty. We gotcha. One thing you also might not be aware of is the groomer scoop will help to lift any of the yellowing in your cat's white part of their coat. It's not just degreasing. I can almost guarantee you that's what they're using on the Clydesdale horses, that groomer scoop. It's a horse product too. Wow. There. Now, do you remember when the assistant put the groomers? One is a cat, and two, you couldn't even tell it was a cat, right? Yeah. flat earther. See, that's what we call people who don't believe in cats being groomed. Flat earther, right? Yeah. See, isn't that what makes the world go round? People who believe the earth is round, others believe it's flat. Some people believe in eating meat, others don't. It's kind of what makes the world go round, people. Your way of thinking isn't the highway, right? It's not your way or the highway, right? Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own belief system, right? How many religions are there out there, people? Yeah, goddamn flat earther. Around here, you're a flat earther, people. You literally subscribed to a channel that said cat grooming, only to say, try to push your belief system on us. Yeah, we think the world is round. Goddamn flat earther. He's not really doing so well on the pedestal. Not sure why. Not sure why. What was it? There we go. There we go. Alright, and get that started. We got a warm wash. We got Daryl making the bubbles. We got our secret sauce, degreasing shampoo. And then we're going to do the finishing shampoo with a volume texturizing shampoo. Oops. There. The volume texturizing shampoo that I use is La Pooch Puppy with the Chub Spark. They're both texturizing shampoos. And then we kind of use them together. I don't know, where do you think you're going? He's constantly trying to nudge his way off that tub. He's going to face plant himself right into those bubbles. You are. You're going to face plant into those bubbles, Mr. Milk. Mr. Milk Mustache. So that takes 5 to 10 minutes to work that degreaser. If there's any part of your cut that you can work on, great. If not, don't worry about it. Alright, so that is the La Pooch. La Pooch has male fragrances and female fragrances for their shampoos. This is the La Pooch Puppy for anyone in the pet grooming industry. This was Sally Hawk's house shampoo. Got a bunch of flat earthers on here who are going to be like, who's Sally Hawk's? Right? Exactly. Alright, let's start on his face. Start on his face. Waka waka. Let's do a nice warm wash. Waka waka. Everything is warm. Shut your pie hole. Know your role and shut your hole. The water? Yeah, warm water. Yeah. Know your role and shut your hole, people. Why don't you go onto a cooking channel and tell them how they're cooking their burgers wrong, or say you're not supposed to eat meat. Or let's say a makeup channel and say natural beauty is best. Wearing makeup makes you fake. Yeah, why don't you do that? Thank you. That's just in case he doesn't do well with the rinse. Right? Just in case he doesn't do well with the rinse, we have a bottle on standby. Yeah. He's a cutie patootie. He's a cutie patootie. I doubt very much that this cat ever was washed, even though he's been previously groomed, because the look on his face right now is WTF, right? Which is why when we're taking the appointments, we like to be clear with our grooming notes as far as what he's had done in the past and what he hasn't. Do you know that 70% of owners have no idea that their cats were not even being washed? Yeah. So when I asked the owner, has he ever been washed? Not his owner, but just owners in general, they'll say, oh yeah, of course. And I'm like, well, how do you know that? Well, I don't actually. You just assume, right? You're just assuming. Yeah. Because that's how it's done for all the dog grooming, right? So you just naturally assume you're going to be getting the same exact service. No, you're not. No, you're not, people. You'll pay for the same. Oh yeah. He's definitely has a WTF on his face right now. Yeah. These groomers will skip so many steps, but have no problem charging you full price. Yeah. Yeah, they have no problem with that. They have no problem with skipping all of the steps and then turning around and charging you through the, you know what, for what, a dry cut? Really? That took you how long to do? What, 20 minutes? Yeah, they're going to turn around and charge you what they would charge for, oh, I don't know, a full grooming of a St. Bernard. Right? Same price. Why? Because they can. Because cat people don't fight back. That's why. Little known phenomenon there, people. Cat people don't fight back. If you only learned how to fight back, this would not be happening to you, right? Yeah, so the owner is under the impression that he is a mellow fellow. Not anymore, because he's getting a bath. Why? Because he's probably never had one in his life. You understand the problem, people? You understand the problem? The semantics of it? Now that we know how he is for his dog, we can, recommend what the owner can do to help calm his horses for any future baths. Because there's only one way to do a comb cut properly, is with the bath. Especially a cat who's full of oil and dandruff, right? On occasion, very small occasion, you will be able to do a dry cut on, I don't know, like a ragdoll who has a very, very low oil production. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's possible to get a really pretty comb cut, but that's not the norm. In order to get a nice quality comb cut, you have to provide the bath, right? So, owner is totally left in the dark. So this is what I usually do. I usually encourage the owners to call their previous groomer and say, excuse me, but could you break down what you mean when you use the word bath? So the way these groomers work is they won't lie directly to your face. They'll just allow you to assume certain things, or they'll dance around the truth, right? And when these owners call these groomers and say, okay, what exactly did you mean by the bath? The answer that they get is, oh, well, I wet a washcloth, right? I wet it down, and I wiped your cat down with it. Yeah. Semantics, people. Semantics. Yeah. Don't you worry. I got a lawyer working on this false advertising that these groomers are getting away with, right? She is going to come up with a legal path that you can take these damn groomers to court. And the way that the path works, just to give you an idea of how it's going to work, the path, the legal path. In the eyes of the law, a cat is personal property. It is no different from your driveway, your garden shed, or your roof. And if you were to hire a contractor to fix your roof and they skip 2/3 of the proper installation of your roof, but charged you full price, you can take that contract to court. You get your money back. You also get money to hire someone else to undo everything that they did wrong and do it right in the first place. That's part of the legal path, right? Don't you worry. We got someone working on it right now. And once people start fighting back, things will start to change, right? And dog groomers will think twice before they try to take advantage of a cat owner, right? Yeah. Now this is where the bottle comes in. He's not happy with that sprayer. So if you have a boy or girl who's really sensitive with that sprayer, he's probably never had a bath in his life, got that unmistakable WTF look on his face, like what the hell is this? Yeah. That's where this bottle would come into effect and come in handy. Okay. Radio. Wow. And then you gotta feel for, make sure all of that soap is out. How do you know what you're feeling for? Well, it's pretty easy to tell whether there's shampoo still left in your hair, so it's kind of like that. You'll know. Can I get a bigger one? These short combs are not as safe as the longer ones. Alright, there we go. Alright. All that time we took to wash his head and mane allowed time for the groomer scoop to process. So now we're going to rinse all of that out. He's not doing well on this pedestal technique, which means what? We're probably going to flip him around in the tub instead. But before we do that, let's try to see if we can get his tail. It's the best way to wash a cat's tail because it's already falling naturally. Do you think the tandem grooming would help in the tub? There's not a whole lot of space in here for tandem grooming. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. But we can try it. You want to come over here on this side? We're going to try tandem grooming in the bath. All right, go ahead. You try to... Oh, he's moonwalking. All right, go ahead. Okay. You go up here, and I'll go down here. You go up there, I go down here. That's it. Tandem grooming, people. Wow. I like it. I love it. I feel spoiled. I do. I feel spoiled. Yeah. There. Get more bubbles. Get more bubbles. Get more bubbles. There. 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 That worked. Wow. Sarah, please don't ever leave me. Don't ever leave me, Sarah. Please don't leave me. Don't ever leave me. Alright, so the first wash was the degreasing. It's the dynamic duo of F&T with Orbis, right? Equal parts of each. And then the second shampoo is another dynamic duo. It's the La Pooch Puppy with the Chubs Bar. They're both texturizing shampoos, which is perfect when you're trying to do any kind of a comb cut or velvet cut, right? Alright. Wow. So we just captured live another technique, one I've never been able to show before. What happens to the cat when you use the right technique, and in this case we're doing tandem grooming, right? Now I don't know how I'm supposed to get in there. We don't have a whole lot of space in here, so I don't know how we're going to do this, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We've got the glove working. He still has a little bit of length on his body, the length of velvet, and he's covered in oil and tinder. So you can either use the glove or this little rubber nibby. Okay, that's just a rubber curry. I'm using the shorter end, right? There's the longer end, and then there's the shorter end. Wee! Oh, he just calmed right down as soon as Sarah got a hold of him. She's not even scruffing him. She's just got her hand on him, gently, right? She's just touching him, right? Okay, now we gotta figure out how we're gonna do the other two. Now, facing this direction, he can actually see how to leave, which could change things for him. But nothing. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I'm at 1000% focus right now, so my earbuds are not in my ears right now. So talk amongst yourselves, people. Talk amongst yourselves, people. You see all the dander kicking up? Mm-hmm. That's booty. That's booty. Mm-hmm. We got a bunch of flat earthers on here. 2 skulls. Okay. Alright, and rinse. Alright, so that was the degreasing shampoo. That should have taken care of all of his heavy oil and dander. You never want a cat to go vertical. Okay? The higher the cat goes, the more you lose control of the cat. Alright, turn you around. He was doing great. Maybe we just need a bigger pedestal. Yeah, for the bigger pets. Maybe. Yeah. Try and get a bigger one. There we go. Alright. Wash, rinse, repeat. So, second lather. This is my go-to for any kind of comb cut, is the La Pooch Puppy with a Chubs Bar. They're both texturizing shampoos, and they both work really well together. Mm-hmm. You can use that glove to get a bunch of that Chubs Bar onto it, and then go in and clean. Mm-hmm. And then he's just about ready for his final rinse. And I'm going to towel him off. Try and go around without him trying to get off. He's like, what are you doing, lady? A bath. Probably your first real bath you've ever had in your life. Okay. And rinse. And rinse. And rinse. And rinse. Just better facing that way. So let's go back to that. Alright. Perfect. Yay! Wee! Nope. Kind of moonwalk. He's trying to moonwalk out of here. Do your magic, Sarah. Good laddie. Good laddie. You did it. Good laddie. Alright, we get in there. We're going to switch places. I'll put that one. Alright. Alright. I usually will get the cat to just go up slightly and do underneath the ones. Alright, let's take that off. Go back. If you're using a cone, go back and just rinse in case there's a little silk ring around his neck. Okay, and we're all done. You did it. He's like, what the frick, people? What the hell was that? It was a bath. So, based on the look on his face, I would highly recommend to the owner that he pre-treat his cat with some CBD calming cat oil for any future groomings that would include a bath. And if you're going to bring your cat here, 90% of our clients get a bath, as is taught in the pet grooming industry, if you want to learn more about cat grooming, right? The only reason why all these cats are getting their baths skipped is because the dog groomers have no training. They don't know what to do when the cat has a meltdown when they get wet, right? They don't know what to do. They don't know anything about pre-treatments, and they just want the cat in and out as fast as possible, right? Yeah. Which is fine, because you know you have the cat's best interest at heart, right? Well, if you have the cat's best interest at heart, why are you charging these cat clients through the roof for this botched service of just a quick dry cut? So you really don't, do you? You really don't, do you?
The customer.
Oh, okay. Up we go.
No, yeah. Here.
What?
The towel.
What are you doing, Mr. Cross? Can you check him in? Please don't point that at me. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't like to be on camera. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, could you check? Thanks. Sorry. She pointed the camera at you too.
That's fine.
It's fine. All right.
Right.
Anyway, we're going to do a long hair shampoo package. We're going to keep the curls.
Perfect. That's all I need. Alright, thank you.
Any special requests?
Oh, I guess for paws, I guess trim it down a little bit. Just,
Perfect pause?
yeah,
Okay, you got it.
and that's pretty much it.
You got it. I'll send you a text when it's ready.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you.
Very welcome. All right. Talk to you later. You use the spray?
Yeah.
You use the spray?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Would you lock that door? Alrighty then. And we're back. We had Mr. Milk, who should be coming back to his normal self again, because he's now out of the bath, right? So, let's heat up the dryer box for him. Do you know how to turn the dryer box on? Here, let's teach Sarah how to do that. Here we go. You hold on. Okay. All right, so you turn button, turn that on. Okay. Button on. And then you push here. You push one here and one here. Okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. 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 Do you want some heat? He's like, I guess so. You gotta get rid of anything that has these strings. We're not allowed to have that. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Alright. Turn the heat on. Wee. Waka waka. You got it. Mm-hmm. Wee. Good, buddy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Alright, let's turn that on. Wee. Get that started. Wee. Alright, let's do one more towel. Actually, better turn that off while we're doing the exchange of the towel wrap, right? We're going to do 2 towel wraps, get them dry faster. Yeah. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Try it again. Start again. That's not going to work. Alright, let's try it again. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Alright, let's... He's like, what the frick, people? There. Short end to your left, full end to your right. Now try it from there. Okay, there. Try it from there. Go ahead. Shoulders, yep. And then try to keep your face at least a good healthy 12 inches away from the fangs of the cat. Alright, cool. That's awesome. And then off the feet. Yeah, if you put the cat down off their feet, they're not going to be as inclined to walk away, right? Alrighty then, we did it. Woohoo! But not, what else is it? Gracias. Duh. Brain fart. Brain fart. Muchas gracias. Are we clean? He's like, yeah. He's like, does that feel good? Don't forget my whiskers. My little mustache. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go. Yeah, go. Good buddy. Good buddy. Alright. Let's work on his ears. These were a hot mess. I should have done something while he was still in the tub with some nice warm frothy shampoo. Yeah. Pretty bad. That ear's done. Clear. Other ear. Waka waka. Are you doing it? He said, yeah. I'm doing it, baby. Yee. Alright. Done. Done, done, done. Alright, so while he's in that towel, let's try and open up that tail a little bit. See which comb we want. Here, let's try this one. A little bit of peacock comb. Whee! And then we're going to use that soft brush. That one, yeah. That feel nice? He's like, yeah. This feels really nice. I know. See what you've been missing? It's like, dang. Now, come over here so I can show you this button here. That turns it off. Cats don't really want to go into a dryer box when it's on. Not all, most of them don't. Some might still go in, but so you usually want to turn that off first. Okay. And then push it back on. Okay. And then that one. And that one. There. Alright. There you have it, folks. And then all he needs done is a final finishing with, I'll probably pick up the corded 7F to do the final finishing. He's been washed and coiffed and put into the style of a Liger Cut. We just could not give the owner the length that they wanted because he came in matted and impacted. And we do not offer comb cuts with cats who are matted and impacted. Why? Because the time that it would take to demat that cat and then put that cat in a comb cut, it could be 3 hours. We're not grooming a cat for 3 hours, right? So that's the reason why we put that in red letters on our website, right? So this is the velvet Liger because we couldn't even get the 4 to go through his coat. This would be a nice option to a cat that has a fairly impacted coat. You could get a comb length with the 4, but we couldn't even get it through the coat, right? So anyway, he'll get the Liger Cut that he originally wanted in about, 6 to 8 weeks, right? It'll naturally grow into that. And what's great about the velvet cut is it'll plow through anything. No matter how impacted the cat's coat is, it'll just plow right through it. And it will go quicker and it'll extend the grooming time. Yeah. there's not as much sculpting needed. So there's a lot of pluses to asking for the velvet, the length of that Liger pattern, right? There's a lot of bonuses to getting the choosing the velvet length. But there are people who want that teddy bear length right on the first day of grooming, which we can do, right? But here's the problem, folks. These comb attachments, they're not designed to go through matted or impacted fur. Okay? So, anywho, I gotta say goodbye to Isabella. So we're probably gonna wrap up this live because I've got to do something, and then because she's got to go. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll see you all in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us.